This is basically welcome to the last segment of our weekly journey. And it will be my pleasure to kick it off with what I believe is a very, very, very important topic, and that's well-being. It used to be a sort of a side topic, a nice to have thing, but I think due to the disruption we are all facing, it's becoming more and more the focus. Now, I have 20 minutes, so I'm sorry, it will be a bit of a run through it. I will try to share with you as much information as possible that I hope you will find helpful for your personal and professional lives. And then hopefully at some point, depending on the interest and our agreement, we can always do a follow-up. I'm really passionate about this. I think it's crucial for our work. And of course for our private life. I will start sharing the screen because I need to run through this presentation. So I feel a little bit in the beginning of our on Monday morning, where she also had 20 minutes for a topic she's really passionate about. But let's start with, do you see my screen? Let's start with that. Thank you. So well-being, and this is what's important for us to understand. It's not only about being healthy. So it's not whether I'm healthy, I feel okay, I don't feel okay, but it's really what helps me be productive, feel that my life has quality, feel that I can contribute and that I can achieve my potential. Minute, you can write into the chat box, what is well-being for you? Is it only a lack of sickness? Is it being positive? Is it beliefs? Is it emotions? What is it? When you think of well-being, what is it? Both. Varant is both. Nadica, you want to say something, yeah?
Yeah, I believe it is matching life with your convictions, personal, most intimate convictions. When life matches those convictions, then you're okay.
Thank you. I think relates to what Tamara was saying earlier, being able to show up as yourself and being authentic, yeah? Yeah. Okay, I'm back to sharing difficult questions, yes. And only 20 minutes. Please think about it, it's very important. Then the next thing is why well-being? So why are we talking about well-being? And why are we talking about well-being in an organizational context? Because even before COVID, there has been a realization that if people who are working in your organization are high in well-being, that you as an organization work better. So of course, it's not only it's not primarily out of humanistic tendencies, but we are actually talking about well-being because organizations have understood will be more efficient, more productive if their employees are feeling better, are more authentic, and are happier. This is something that has also been recognized by the World Health Organization, and as a result, they have instituted this concept of a health-promoting workplace. So the idea is that the recommendation is that for the future, workplaces need to be health promoting, need to be well-being promoting if they want to be able to achieve their goals, whatever these goals are, whether they're public service or they're commercial goals. So health promotion in the workplace and well-being promotion will be very important. And then This also brings us to the situation we have now uh, with COVID-19. Now, unfortunately, uh, based on some research from some previous epidemics, what we actually expect is increase in mental health issues to show after the epidemic is actually finished. So for approximately 3 to 6 months after sort of everything is finished, we expect to see actually the real number of people who are experiencing mental health issues. And then everything that COVID and coping with COVID has brought us. So living and trying to work from home and care for our family members and homeschooling is incredibly challenging. Social isolation as well, physical challenging of workspace, physical challenges of not being able to be physically active. So these are basically what is putting well-being the topic to front end. What do we need to do individually? The first thing that we need to do, are you seeing me? Yeah. The first thing that we need to do, ask ourselves, what my this is like in an airplane. I cannot take care of anybody else. I cannot work unless I take care of myself first. What I want to ask you, you can share with us also in the chat, is like, what is your oxygen mask activity? So what do you do when you want to recharge your battery?
This is some tier one flea market. My price is fine. Now you can pay it, or you can go back home and haggle to it.
Anyone? What is your oxygen tank activity? What do you do to recharge? Sleep. There is an excellent book called Why We Sleep, written by, I will find it, I will share it. Demis says, read a good book, a thriller or a novel. You can also read Why We Sleep. It's a very, very good, very important book. Read New Earth. Thanks for the tip. We should also maybe found the book club. Keep up the good spirits to motivate your beloved ones. A weekend out of town. Great. Okay. So these are some of your oxygen and running. Good. Oxygen tank activities. Now, what along with friends? Love it. Love it. So even if you don't have it now off the top of your head, please think a little bit about your oxygen tank activities and always have them ready somewhere available to you in your back pocket. Yeah, because when we're feeling down, it's important to have at least this quick fix, relaxing with music and a book. Thank you, Lara. The oxygen principle is one of the main principles that is important for personal well-being. Okay, now this is all of this, I will run through it very, very quickly, is based on scientific research. So of course, physically, sleep, exercise, meditation, and mindfulness are something that contribute to our well-being. Now, I know that meditation and mindfulness, if we say them like this, to us from the Balkans may sound a little bit, I don't know, voodoo. But basically what it means is trying to be present in the moment, trying to enjoy the moment. And this is the next thing. So savoring. When we are doing something, be in the flow, be focused, share this joy with others. Also gratitude. And hence the question, what is your hero moment? What are you grateful for? So allow yourself to be thankful, allow yourself to recognize your successes, allow yourself to share this with others. Maybe try and keep, when you make your daily Kanban in the morning, maybe also write one thing that you are grateful for that day. Yeah, this will also help. Then acts of kindness. So just random acts of kindness that you can do easily. Of course, work-life balance, which is, and then use of strengths. And this is really interesting because one of the events in this seasonal school was actually Strengths Finder. So if you're aware of what your strengths are, what you're good at, please practice these and practice them on daily basis, because using your strengths, doing things that you're good at, actually, of course, makes you feel better and contributes to your well-being. And then job control and autonomy, of course. Social support and social connections. And this is something that is really important, especially now. So social connections, of course, deep social connections, having the network, having deep friendships contribute. But not only this, and this is very important. So research has found that even superficial, friendly, pleasant social connections with random people really increase our well-being. So having a pleasant chat with the person in your bakery or in your local shop, giving a compliment to, I don't know, a stranger waiting in line in the grocery store. These kind of social connections really increase our well-being. This is a little bit difficult for those of you or those of us who are introverted, but try and practice and you will be surprised. And finally, of course, mental health awareness and support. So being aware, reading on mental health, and being aware of where you can get support if you need it. For me, what was really one of the things that was very important during COVID is I have seen an increase in my immediate circle of friends and acquaintances of people who are actively asking to start therapy or asking for recommendations for therapists. For me, it indicated that that the situation is starting to take toll on everybody. It was a relief because it showed me that they are willing to ask for support. And what I'm hoping that this situation will also do is break a little bit the taboo of this, of asking for help in terms of the mental health topics. I hope that it will no longer be big taboo, because in these areas it still is. Yes, so I will continue to share. I think I'm checking how I am on time. Not too much left, but I will be quick. Okay, so sorry. And now I would like to play a video for you. Let's see if it will run. Okay, it will not run. I will share the link, but I will internationally recognized 5 practices that increase well-being. And actually there are also governments across the world which promote these 5 practices. The UK is one of them, New Zealand is another, where they actually have materials, workshops, not only in the public administration, but also provided by the public administration for the wider public. And basically these 5 fairly easy to remember steps are connect. So connect to your colleagues, to your, of course, close immediate environment, but also to, as I said, random strangers. Listen, talk, be active, be physically active. It doesn't have to be heavy exercise, but whatever, dancing around the home will also do. Take notice. And this is where I find that most people forget, yeah? So take notice of your environment, of the city where you live in. Don't take it for granted. Think about what gives you joy. Yeah, be grateful. Think about what you're grateful for. Keep learning. Again, learn a new recipe next week. Learn the lyrics of a new song. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate. Learn to knit, whatever. But just keep learning, practice new skills, and give. Give to others whatever you can. Make a cup of coffee for a colleague. Yeah, that's also giving. Donate to your favorite charity if you can. So if you look at these 5, which would you like to practice next week? Which would you like to focus on next week? Pick one and put it on your Kanban board. Does somebody want to share? I don't see the chat, so if you can find your voice as Jyoti. What would you like to practice?
I'd like to practice Agile. But really.
Okay, but why not?
But also Qigong.
But that's Agile then is keep learning, I guess, yeah? Out of these 5.
Yes, and remember the small things with it. I think that the entire team here is embracing the Agile into completely new dimension, public administration, and we are innovating jointly even at this moment. So I would also take a notice in this sense, taking the simple things that give us a joy in this sense. It is also a success, and celebrating success and understanding that we are capable of co-creation. It's not something else. We are just doing it. And I'm always trying to be practical. At least I think I'm doing it in a way that what I see as a possible to use, I try to make attachment to the real life case, my everyday life.
Okay. So Goran, you will definitely notice and keep learning next week. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. If nobody else wants to share,
maybe Dimis can share out loud more of what he just posted.
maybe I can.
I should keep my mouth shut even when I'm writing, I guess. I offer free tarot readings online.
Yay! Sign me up.
Me too.
Yeah, can we subscribe?
Pick you.
Yes, connect with me by email. It's important.
Okay, so Dimis, you will be momed. It will be a big you. So I guess your must on to-do list will definitely go beyond your capacities. At least in this case of tarot. Yes.
I think you need to hire an assistant for your Facebook group and to schedule your tarot reading.
Yes.
I can give you support in Reiki, so let's do it. Yeah.
Okay, but the tarot reading, the people who take them, they say that they feel better afterwards. So that's what I aim to do.
So
I'm not a psychic, and I do not tell the future and things like that.
So I should also put up a slide, what increases your well-being, having a tarot reading with Deep.
Yes, of course.
That for the next season. Okay.
Tamara, can I just give a slight comment? I don't know if you intended to give such an example, but I was provoked by the content of your presentation to remember in 2013 I was at a big UN conference in Bahrain, and it was really like very fancy because they did and they do still have a lot of money. The opening was done by the keynote speaker speaking about the happiness management. And I remember the reactions of many who were simply delighted, but also some were also irritated by the term happiness management. believing exactly and making probably connection like you did on meditation and well-being, probably putting it into the domain of some alternative thinking and positive thinking. However, after the lady took the floor, she did explain that the biggest consumers or users of this methodology are the banks, like World Bank and many others that are actually showing extreme profits. And then I just asked myself, if the banks, whose main result is gaining profit, making the money, becoming sustainable at the global scale, is using this, then it's something that we all have to take care of. Another example, complementary, is use of CAF as a QM instrument. Last year, as a whole ReSPA team who is implementing CAF, we visited Austria in order to learn what they're doing in this regards. And I was amazed when we saw the state audit company dealing with the quality management and confessing that their efficiency and effectiveness and happiness increased, I think, 67% from the moment when they started implementation based on satisfaction survey of employees. So by saying these two things, I just want to compliment the importance of this very nicely done presentation of yours, and to remind ourselves that the concept of well-being is not something that is exaggerating once we are speaking about employees' rights, our motivation, talent management, retention policies, and so on, but something that is much wider and much more impactful if understood and implemented correctly.
Thank you, Goran, for this. It is very difficult to present this in this short time, but really, there is a lot of very serious research in scientific institutions, but also by private companies. Gallup does a lot of research on employee well-being. McKinsey does a lot of research and analysis. So there is really data to back up these things. I know that when you put them up on a slide and say you need sleep and you need exercise and you need to be active or whatever, it sounds a little bit like, let's think positive and things will come. But really, there is a lot of very serious research behind all of these things. I can recommend, when you will have time, there is actually a very good free online course by Professor Laurie Santos from Yale. It's very interesting. It's called The Science of Wellbeing. And not surprisingly, it was the most popular course in the history of Yale. And how she came to this, it has four or six modules, and I think you can take it at your own pace. It's very interesting. How she came to this is she was seeing all these students enter Yale. And this is a great success, yeah. So to become a Yale student for a young person is a great success. And she was looking at them, and they were being miserable, yeah. None of them were happy. And then what she wanted to do is, she's anyway a psychology professor, yeah. So what she wanted to do is to offer them a course that will give them scientific facts about what contributes to our well-being, yeah. And for example, in this course, you will see scientific data, scientific research for a part of the things that I was also talking about. There is, of course, many other research, but maybe you can check this out. So it's from Yale. You can find it online. The professor is called Laurie Santos, and the course is called The Science of Wellbeing. And just for me to finish briefly my presentation, because I'm already out of time. I'm very sorry, Dimitri. I'm not taking anything away from you. I want you this. How are you today from 1 to 10? Rate yourself. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, now, for those of you who are not 10, think about what you need to do to get 1 point up. So to get from 8 to 9, because we are all 8s and 9s and 8 classes. So what you need to do to get from 8 to 9 or from 9 to 10? To sleep more. There you go. Nicola, I wanted to ask you, how was the first day of school and is that impacting your sleep?
Yes, maybe probably. We were very, very positively impressed, and let's say that maybe that was the reason. Yeah.
Yes. So hopefully tonight you will be able to sleep better. The weekend is coming, yeah?
It's weekend, so probably we will have really time to rest. Tamara special, yeah? We will finish today.
Okay. Thank you, guys. So think about every day. Also think about how am I on a scale of 1 to 10? What can I do to get 1 step up? Just 1. You don't need to reach 10, but just 1. Get from 4 to 5. And this is already good. Okay, so this was me for today. Thank you all. Of course, I'm available for any questions or follow-up regarding this topic.